So, ladies and gentlemen, here's the tutorial that I told you I would have posted on how to do image text. It works the same way in Photoshop, but this is Pixlr. When I open up Pixlr and I go to open an image, I downloaded the image like you should have done yesterday. And I'm going to the image that is called Sunset, and I'm going to open the Sunset image. Next, I am going to go to my text tool, click my text tool, and I'm going to click and add, and I'm going to type the word in all capital letters. You want the word to be as blocky as possible. You don't want thin lettering, and you don't want upper lowercase lettering. I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to look just for a thick, meaty font. I forget which one I used earlier. I think it was called Daddy Day. So I'm going to use that one. Once that is finished, I'm going to then size mine. So it's sized. It is nice and large. I'm going to position it where I would like it. Now, like I said yesterday, I'm going to take my magic wand to select the letters. But I can't do that until I do one thing. We have to go up to where it says layer, and we have to pull down to where it says rasterize text element. When we rasterize an element, it now makes it a graphic and not a piece of text. I can no longer select my text and highlight it. It is a graphic. Making sure I am on the sunset layer, I'm going to take my magic wand. I'm going to click on the first letter. If I hold the shift key down, it will then let me select multiple things. I am just selecting the word sunset. If I copy this right now, I'm going to copy the word sunset in white ink. I don't want that. I am going to click on the background, and just so you can see it, I'm going to now hide the sunset. So there it is. The word sunset is outlined. Now when I hit copy, I just copied the sunset, which is the background, in the form of a word called sunset. I can go back into my home and create a new file. I went to Web 720, something middle of the road. I created it. New files are transparent, so I filled it with white. Come on, give me a nice white. So I filled it with white. Then I'm going to go Command V, which pastes my new layer called Sunset. Looks nice. I still want to tie everything together. So I go up underneath Filter, and I'm going to pull down to where it says Outline. Because the first thing I want to do is put a stroke or an outline around it. So I don't want white. I want a black outline. I don't want it that thick. Very, very thin. Just to kind of hold it together. And lastly, I like to do drop shadows a lot of the time. So I'm going to add a drop shadow. And you can decide how big, how small to make this. Right, you decide on your blur, your opacity, you hit apply. There is my image text, the word sunset in the form of a sunset. When you're done, file, save this. I'm going to save this called sunset, and it will download sunset to my desktop or as a JPEG, or it will download it to your Google Drive, whatever you're using and whatever you have set up. 2, 1, I can close this. So now if I go and look, there's my sunset. It downloaded it to my desktop. Here is my JPEG called Sunset. You have 3 of these to do, ladies and gentlemen. 3 of these to do. Good luck.